Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Jack Chat. We just hit 100 subscribers, so I want to say thank you to everybody who's a part of this. And today, we are going to be taking a look at the Distant Lands trailer for Adventure Time for Episode 3 with Finn and Jake. So, roll the intro. So the first thing I would like to point out is that this episode was supposed to be the fourth and final episodes in the Distant Lands series, taking place after Wizard City, which was supposed to be about Peppermint Butler and some other characters. Which to me wouldn't, make sense. You have your final episode of this series about, your main characters, which tells me one of a couple things. Either Wizard City is being reworked, they don't like the way it is right now. It's not going to air and it's going to be replaced with another episode, or maybe we're only going to get 3 episodes, or it's going to be huge and they've decided to make it their finale. So one of those. But anyway, this episode will air on HBO Max on May 20th, so in exactly 27 days. The first thing that I'm going to point out is that a lot of these scenes seem to take place before the finale, given that Finn has both of his arms, he doesn't have the metal hand, and he's wielding his Scarlet Sword. The next detail is that Finn is holding the staff that he holds in the original promo art in this shot. Next shot, Finn seems to punch an ice golem like the one from Season 3, Episode 17, Thank You. In this next shot, we see the staff again in an artwork to the top right. In this next scene, we see some eyes surrounded by something, this purple stuff, very reminiscent of the Night Sword. Maybe we're going to see a return of Hunson Abadir. Next, we see this sea monster that seems to be covered in tiny faces. To me, I really like this. This kind of just screams classic Adventure Time monster to me, like stuff that we used to see in like Seasons 2 and 3 and stuff. Next, big detail. I believe that this yellow jar thing, seen in the beginning of the trailer, is going to be very important in this special, as we see it multiple times, like in the scene where we see it in Ice King's palace, we see it in this like ice cream place, we see it throughout this trailer, which tells me that it's going to play a very crucial part in this episode. We also see it in past sequences and in present sequences, which means they might be doing something with that. This bird's color scheme carrying Finn and Jake gives me very Huntress Wizard vibes, and we do know that Huntress Wizard can shapeshift, as in this shot that was in the finale of her turning into a bird. Maybe she's kind of, some stuff's happened to her, so she's bigger or something. So we'll see. I think Huntress Wizard may be in this episode. These next scenes seem to potentially take place in the Land of the Dead, as in the episode Death in Bloom. I'm going to put a side-by-side of a scene from the series, actual Adventure Time, and what we see in the Distant Lands trailer. Next, I am going to present a theory. I think that Jake dies in Distant Lands in this episode. Why do I think that? Well, first off, we know that he's dead at some point based on Finn's tattoo in obsidian. I mean, that's just a very memorial tattoo. There's flowers. It's in the center of his chest. I mean, he's definitely dead at that time. So we know that he dies at some point. Second, they are in the Land of the Dead, or at least I believe they are. And we see Jake in some kind of different form, which I'm going to post right here. Third, the staff Finn is holding throughout appears to be a catechist, which in Greek mythology was associated with healing and medicine. So maybe something happens to Jake, and this whole episode is about, they're trying to save Jake from dying, and then, the ending of the episode is just Finn accepting that Jake dies, and it's, about grieving and just moving on. Fourth, the jar that we see Jake holding seems to have a kind of cross plus sign symbol, which can often be associated with, spirituality and soul. So, we have the healing, which is, body, and then we have the soul. So, this things kind of indicate towards something with death to me. In this next scene, we see Finn and Jake falling with some kind of spiritual banana guard, falling past all kinds of monsters. Perhaps whenever they go to see Hunson Abadir, or perhaps this is completely unrelated. Finally, we have a scene that sticks out to me with, you know, Finn and Jake, and they're looking at all these, like, kind of circle things with these orbs. Maybe something with the multiverse, maybe something entirely different. This scene just kind of sticks out to me because it seems very cinematic. It seems very important. So, very interested to see what this is going to be. So that is everything that I really have to say, analyze, and theorize about the Distant Lands trailer. I mean, you know, it was only 40 seconds, and only about 30 of it was actual Adventure Time stuff. What do you guys think? Do you think that Jake is going to die? What do you think about my, you know, analysis? What do you think is going to happen in this series? And are you excited for this episode? I want to hear your theories. I want to hear what you think. Anyway, this has been an episode of Jack Chat. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Be sure to join the Jack Chat family and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like because it really helps out the video. And have a great day.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.